anyone who's watching on the live stream. They will be able to see the recording. So I wanted to just thank everybody for being here and on this special day. And Georgina, you can say a few words. I'll just introduce myself first. I'm Gila Nehemia, Sacred Erotic Self-Love Mentor, Poet, and Mystic. And I'm just really excited today to be with Georgina on this special day, being with all of you as well.
Yeah, what a day to be together, hey? And I really am grateful for you to bring this to my attention. Being a mum, sometimes days and just weeks roll into one and I forget where I am. But yeah, it's quite a significant day, and I do normally celebrate it in just writing, but actually doing a live is and especially now, I think it's actually really required to give people a lovely reset, whoever's joining us. And obviously we do know that the 1111 Awakening Code does have a very large audience, so whoever's going to be connected to this is certainly going to be touching a lot of souls, just present in our heart space, and sharing is going to create a nice massive wave around the world. So thank you so much for bringing it to my attention and prompting me to create this event.
Of course.
So how should we start this? Should we start this with just tell me, Gila, tell us a little bit about you, what you do, how you're guiding people through your network, and what your beliefs are, and how you see today as a special day. What's it bringing into your heart space right now?
Oh, thank you, Georgina. So I'll tell you all a little bit about what I do. I'm a mentor, a mystic, a writer, a poet. And really my mission, I feel, on this planet at the moment is to guide people who've been through very challenging situations, as maybe many of you have, especially in this challenging current situation we have, in terms of dealing with chronic trauma, and, meaning domestic abuse or anything of that matter, of where you've been feeling like you can't speak. Something that I personally went through, where I just felt really kind of, physically and emotionally not able to speak, and just feeling like I couldn't actually, I was silenced, and I didn't feel like I had a voice. And so what I do with my clients is I help them to heal those thought patterns that keep us caged from allowing ourselves to speak up and really believe in what we have to say. And then moving into your heart space of really allowing that expansion to happen of all your desires, because everything's kind of bottled up inside. And you have dreams. Everybody has dreams. And yours and mine and all of ours, especially today, I feel this is the portal where we can actually live our dreams. If we can allow our hearts to expand and believe that the universe is actually guiding us. And together, I work with, that's why I want to work with Georgina today, because we are interdependent. We need each other to ascend, to rise, to believe that we can have a different life. So that's why I felt it was so important that we came together today. And thank you, Georgina, for giving me and all of us this space on your page. But, really in general, like just really opening our hearts. And I'm actually also thanking each and every one of you that are here, and whoever listening on the live stream, that you've come, because we need you in order to fully ascend to the true light beings that we are.
Yeah, and on that point, I think there's so many people out there thinking that, I need to be this way and I need to be that way and I need to do this and I need to do this qualification and it's so busy out there. It really is. And my path has really been quite simple. It's been traumatic at times, but it's been really simple. And how I've created the energy that I have on my social media and within my own life is actually just through listening to my heart, plain and simple. Listening to my heart, trusting my heart, believing in my heart, believing in myself, and then projecting that out to the world through my voice, just like you said, Gila, you know, being able to express what you feel and believe. And there's so much, you know, we need to be a certain thing in school, the old system, to qualify for, to do this, to do this, to do that. And we forget that, you know, everything that we are here to do, we've got it already within us. And we need to stop the distraction, the noise, the chatter, all the things that kind of drag us away from who we are inside. And when we do that, well, magic evolves from within. And I'm seeing a lady in front of me right now. She's got glasses on. I'm not seeing you, Gila, right now. I think she's, are you there?
Yeah, my name is Brady.
Hello. And I'm now actually seeing someone else.
Oh, I'm
Hello.
cooking.
Yeah, if you can just mute yourself for a moment.
I'm seeing all different faces at the moment. It's actually quite surreal. I'm not used to Zoom, and I've only used it a few times, and I might only do it on one-to-ones, but every now and then I'm getting like a flash of different faces.
Well, yeah, it's actually, if people aren't muted, then they suddenly come up on screen. So that's probably what's happening. Because of the large number, I'm just going to say I am muting everyone. And when we go into question and answer, I think we'll be able to have you speak and come on. But we'll just see how it goes. We might have to just, you know, we'll see how the chat goes. So I'm just really happy that everyone's coming on, and I'm actually going to close it now. So whoever hasn't come on up until now, they'll be watching.
Yeah, can I actually ask how many people are actually online? Because I can't see anything. I just want
to. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we have 43
nice.
People, including
fantastic.
us.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy. Yeah, and so yeah, anytime if anyone wants to, because obviously you've got the screen there. If anyone wants to ask questions and stuff, we'll try our best to answer them if we know how to answer them, and if not, we'll pass it on to the universe to ask that for you. But yeah, if anyone live right now wants to ask a question, then please type, and then Gila will then relay that to me, and we will answer you the best we can. So yeah, talking about the old structure and the new structure, and in the 1111 and the alignment of where we've been heading for a very, very long time, but more so now is about we're witnessing the old completely fall and fold. And 2020 is sure bringing us into that kind of reality of seeing how that is kind of like collapsing more and more. And one thing I read today was about how the system has kind of really governed our left side of the brains, and we've not really been functioning in our right side of the brains. And, you know, how we've kind of been, you know, brainwashed to be a certain way, away from our own innate instincts, called in to use our innate and instincts, intuition, and really listen to that side, because when you're in tune with yourself, it guides you every step of the way. And that, when you start practicing releasing and working on both sides, things do come to you, and you trust that. And it's like a muscle, it builds, and in that muscle, you know, it kind of builds, you then trust that muscle, and then you want to expand that muscle a bit more to use that. And then you build that inner confidence, that inner worth, that inner, you know, ability to understand who you are and what you're here to do. Once you're in that, anything on the outside says to you, once you actually trust who you are inside, the outside distraction starts to become less, and the buzzing and the noises, and even the mind starts to kind of relax into the heart, and things start to flow to you naturally. And this is what this portal really is all about, because when we're not now just seeing it, people are not just seeing it in their own self, they're actually seeing it on the outside. You know, things are changing rapidly, and the system is changing rapidly, and we're all being shown stuff that we have, what we need to embody inside. So we need to look at what's happening outside, instead of seeing it as fearful, to see it as powerful. You know, this is an opportunity for us to really go within our own selves and use the right side of our brains and to embody both in the balance. And 1111 is all to do with the balance, the harmony, and bringing it into the heart. The heart chakra is wide open. I don't know about you, Gila, today. I felt quite on the edge of emotion, you know. I think it was emotion, not sadness. It was happiness and excitement. I'm excited. I'm completely in love with life, more than ever, and trusting the synchronicity, the pattern, the formation, knowing that all is well, and without getting sucked into the fear. Because when you're coming from fear, you're not in your heart. You're actually connected to the process. But when you actually unhook yourself from all that and come into the space, you see how perfect everything is. And that for some people is difficult, especially the people awakening right now. They've not had that experience to detach from the outside world, and they haven't worked their left side of the brain and right side of the brain, and they're kind of seeing it all mechanical at the moment. They're not actually seeing that everything is actually working in absolute divine order for them, and all they need to do is let go and trust. Yeah, it's trust.
I think that's the hardest part. I agree. I've been very excited today. Things have just been like snowballing, like opportunities and things like that. And I'm just really, really excited. And I agree with you. I think that some people are not in that space. And that's actually why we're here.
Yes.
We're here to help you to get into that space and to allow. It's one of the hardest things I had to do was to surrender my control, because it's really false. We actually have no control. But when we can get into that space of stability, when we surrender, it seems like it doesn't even seem logical, you know, like what, you're surrendering and then you feel stable, but that's actually the path that we will get into today.
Very much so.
For you guys, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. Who are we speaking to?
My name is Miles.
Hi, Miles.
Hello. What are we surrendering to?
Ourselves. Literally ourselves and our higher self, not just like the physical of us, the higher self of our path. It's like a surrendering into, the inner you, the inner kind of feeling, the emotion, the heart feeling. It's the surrendering and allowing to know that everything within us is exactly how it should be. And when you kind of come into a stillness that we were just talking about, when you come into your heart space and when you really cut off the kind of old program way, and you kind of listening to your heart, you're feeling that emotion, your heart will guide you to what it is that you need to be. And when you do that, you do just surrender to those little tiny voices like, act on this, do this, move with this, that kind of emotion.
I think with all due respect, like, people here I can tell are coming from different perspectives and like different opinions on life, and, probably different experiences and things like that. But from my experience and from my beliefs, like I have a Christian worldview. They teach us that like the heart is deceitful above all things, and that pretty much if we really follow our heart, we're gonna do bad things. Everybody's flawed, So like if we surrender to ourselves rather than surrendering to God and like his ways, then we're gonna mess up, because my heart might tell me, oh, I love somebody else while I'm with somebody else. But like if I listen to that, that's not really true. Like that's not really right. But if I stay true to God and God tells me no, don't cheat, don't just surrender to yourself. You know what I mean? It's a bit different. You follow a more righteous path. I feel that. I respect all of you guys, but I just think it's better to surrender to God for sure. I would just say that before I leave. But
okay. Well, what about if we're all mini gods? What about What about if we're all God? God as in energy. I see.
We're God?
Yeah.
No.
Goddess and goddess, gods and goddess.
No. There's only one God.
Well,
There can be one God, but there can be the divine energy in each of us. There's
the Holy Spirit.
But we're not here.
Yeah.
We're not here to really dispute whether there's God or not God. I think what we're here to do is really to tap into our heart. And you may or may not, agree with what we're saying, and that's completely fine. I think the point we're trying to make here is when you, even if you think about, let's just say Jesus Christ, just for the sake of an example, who gave his soul to, you know, for all of us, if that's, you know, I don't know if that's what you believe, but that's how I see
I
it.
do, yeah.
I would just say that that was surrendering to whatever he believed in his mission. And when you tap into that type of surrender, you only see things as spirit. It's such a light.
Amen.
And if you haven't yet done that, or you haven't seen that yet, there's more for you to do. That's from my perspective. Georgina,
Okay.
add whatever you
No,
want.
I respect that, but I just think that like surrendering to yourself is dangerous, because if you surrender to yourself, like rather than morality of any kind, you know, you're your own God. You know, you do whatever you want, whatever you feel like is right, and you could do bad things. Yeah, it's really dangerous to have that perspective. You all seem like wonderful people, and like, I respect you and love you all, and you know, I wish you all the best. But I would just say, like, consider, you know, the things that you were saying about Jesus, and consider like that Holy Spirit, like that righteous energy, rather than the energy of free will and of just good feelings, because good feelings can be very deceitful. But
Thank you for your comment. Georgina, if you can want to say a few words and then we'll move on. Can you please mute yourself? Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. I haven't got much else to say, but love for me is a good feeling, and I keep with love, and I'm true to my heart, and it's guided me all the way to this point. It's never let me down. So love for me is everything, and if that for you is God, then fantastic. Love. Yes. So is there anyone else that would like to ask a question while we're on the question time? So clearly,
I was going to chime in there. I rejected the Catholic Church for a long time. I was raised Catholic. Recently, I came to the awakening that it's God's energy. You basically give up the control of like the human, materialistic, and physical world.
yes.
And you surrender yourself. You give up that control.
Yes.
To me, God as an energy created me within his own image. Therefore, relating to what you were saying, as many gods, we are created just like him. And so giving up that our own human power, it's intuitive, where it's awareness. That's what we're gaining. We're expanding ourselves. We're accepting the energies, basically. We're not questioning it. We're getting out of our minds and more into our heart space, is what I believe you were trying to get across.
100%. Absolutely spot on. And where, you know, when you claim that light, you know, it's a powerful thing. And we're all part of it, and there's no one that's not disconnected to it. And then once you acknowledge that, you know, it's a powerful thing. That's the only thing I can really, you know, express. And I completely see what you're saying. But once you acknowledge that within you, and it's an activation, you know, I've actually, prior to my awakening, I had no idea really the emotions that I feel now. You know, the guidance that I was kind of in the past ignoring, you know, it was always there. It was just that I wasn't acknowledging it. But when I had my mass awakening, I sure was hit in the heart massively. It cracks open, and the emotions and the experiences then start to come. And all the inner guidance that I had as a child really did come forward in a mass. And, you know, it was just breathtaking. There's no words for an awakening. And it's only until you awaken you can actually express it. But everyone, like someone just mentioned then, everyone feels and connects with spirit differently. And for me personally, it was all to do with codes and, you know, numbers, messages, you know, and then I had a lot of UFO connections, and, you know, it was just like an explosion of consciousness all rolled in one. And at the time I was incredibly confused with it, but I'm not now.
Yeah, and I think it comes for us in different forms. You know, many of us have come with these numbers and sudden, you know, even meeting certain types of people, and we're like, oh my God, you know, this is just kind of, you know, like otherworldly. And I think that as we just can open up to the possibilities of what can happen when we open our hearts. I think, you know, like I shared in the beginning, my heart was closed for so long that I felt like spirit or the universe was helping me to actually open my heart through all of those challenging experiences, to finally admit what is it that I really desire. And that really helped me to actually step into my heart space and realize that I can have it. And as I step into my own mission and loving myself, I think Georgina really, I'd love for you to speak about that, because I think this is a really important part, besides relationships and anything else, is the really loving yourself and really stepping into your own heart space.
Thank you, because you and I have had a recent conversation about self-love, validation, and you know, how we seek that and or not, how values and boundaries and you know, acceptance, accepting who we are, actually saying I really like who I am. You know, most people find that a real problem. Acknowledging our own stuff, our own inner gifts, and especially now, you know, we've all come to this planet to do a certain thing, and we are kind of like brainwashed in the way of kind of a 9-to-5 job and taken away from certain things, and not really asked, some people not actually asked what they want to do in life, you know, and kind of guided away from what they're art, it could be makeup, using makeup, it could be baking, whatever it is, you know, listening to your heart. And I'm really saying, this is what I want to do, and I want to go out and do it regardless of what anyone thinks out there. I'm going out there and I'm going to be a dancer, and I'm going to love dancing. We had that discussion, didn't we? And I'm going to be the best version of me, and nothing's going to stop me. And now obviously we've got a mirror of the people that love themselves out there, that we see them on the mainstream, like TV, like actors and actresses. All those have been people that listened, singers that have listened to their hearts, and they've gone out there and said, I want to be a singer, I'm going to train, I'm going to master that technique, I'm going to master that acting role, that person, and I'm going to really study that, and I'm going to be the best version of that, and I'm going to show the world how good I am, and not allowing anything to get in the way. That's self-love, you know. Someone that, an athlete, you know, someone that's going to train for a, you know, a gold medal, and they want to win that gold medal, and they will focus and they will dedicate the time, and they will do the training, and will put all the techniques in, and not once when they go to that game, the final, to win that gold medal, have they got anything to do with lack of self-worth. Someone that's going after a gold medal, and this is the golden time, is actually tuned in and tapped into their whole inner self. They believe in themselves so much, nothing else exists. And that is claiming your inner powers. That is actually what we're here to do, you know, to step up into that sovereignty and say, this is me. I love every part of me, and nothing or no one is going to come and take me away from that. When you step into that, you do become God. You do become the goddess of who you are. And you then tune in and tap into the harmony of everything around you. And when you find that, when you immerse that, the universe and everything opens up, and it works with your mind and body and spirit, and it becomes everything, you know. And then you go and you run and you run and you run and you're running for that gold medal, and then you win that gold medal. But you knew all along you was going to win it, because you believe in yourself. And that's self-love, you know. When you want something, you don't allow anything to distract you. And I always do when I'm doing coaching sessions, is that if you could be someone that can't dance, you could be someone that can't, you know, you can't run properly, or you could be anything that you're not, you know, able to do right now. If you put the training in and you dedicate to the tips and tools and techniques and routines and practice, eventually the mind and everything will mold into that, and you will become what you wasn't. And that's it. Once you master that, once you master that power, that inner self, that belief, that self-worth, I am worthy of that, things then transform. And this is what we're doing. We're now actually taking back and taking responsibility for our own well-being and removing all the stuff that no longer serves us to become the people that we know that we deserve. And that for me is self-love, and it doesn't matter how many times someone thinks I'm crazy. I know I'm sane. I know I'm wonderful. And it's okay to say that. And so many people don't acknowledge that they're great. And a lot of people don't actually look themselves in the mirror and think they're wonderful. And it's not bad to say that, it's good to say, I really like who I am. We can eat crap food and we can put some nasty stuff in our body, and yet our body still works. And it fights for us every single day. And we forget that our mind is absolutely amazing. Our eyes are amazing. Our mouths are amazing. Our heart is amazing. Our lungs are amazing. Our kidneys are amazing. Every part of our body is like a cog, and it works for us regardless of what we do to it. We have a choice. We can feed it with good stuff, or we can keep abusing it. And I know what I would rather choose. I want to feed it with good stuff. I want to make it feel great, because you know what? Our body will fight for us all the way until our last dying breath. So we should love it, and we should thank it every single day for everything that it does for us. We abuse it so many times. But when you actually stop and you actually start to claim your own self and your own inner powers and everything, you start to respect yourself differently, and you're more gentle with yourself, and you start doing, you start to train the brain, the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, and you then bring it into your life, and that your body loves to be spoken to as well. You tell yourself you're great and feed it well, it responds well.
Yes, exactly. I'm reading the comments in the chat, so we are monitoring that. I'm monitoring that. And I just want to say thank you for everyone who is, we have a lot of comments about, Neelam says we're all energy at the cellular level, and science also has proven that. Someone else said, you can practice gratitude to see positive things in your life, which is amazing. This is bigger than secular religions and sciences. Spirituality is all love and respect all your journeys. We're co-creators of our life. God doesn't believe we don't believe that God wants us to suffer. He wants us to shine. He or she, spirit, however you want to call it. We chose our paths and experiences before we came, and we have the power to change. And the choices to gear our path. I have one question though, so I wanted to work on that as well. How do you deal with confusion when you don't know what you want, or are on low or down days? How do you deal with that? I'll say a few words, and then Georgina will
go for it.
So what I personally do when I'm confused, and this is about all my feelings, is I actually feel it. I used to be like, I would kind of put it away and not deal with it. And I realized that it was really good to actually feel it. If I felt sad, if I felt low, like maybe I'll just sleep a little bit longer, like stay in bed a little bit longer. And what I do is I write. It's something I wanted to share today. I actually write how I feel. And that's the way I release it. Or I'll go and hug a tree, to be quite honest with you. I'll go out in nature and ground that energy, and even ask, spirit or my angels to help me I'll ask them, what am I trying to learn from this situation? How can I move from this situation? And why is this being presented to me? And then I'll actually do things that make me feel good, even if it's just drinking a cup of tea or, listening to nice music. And then I connect into my heart space again, and I feel better. And through that process, and that could take days or that could take hours, but through that process, things begin to materialize to me, and I understand a little bit more. But the biggest thing I think that just even Georgina was just saying is back to loving yourself and not blaming yourself, because then stories start happening when we're in that down space, like that we're not good enough, but we are good enough. And the only reason this is being presented to us is to ask us to love ourselves more and to decide that we are the most important people in our lives. So
And if you was to sit there and look into the mirror or even talk to yourself in a bad way, you will actually believe that. You believe that you're terrible, people don't like me, I'm not worthy of good things, I don't like who I am. Bad things always happen to me in my life. Whatever you're talking, your body's responding to. So if you're telling yourself that you're bad and bad situations and experiences always happen to you, then you will attract those experiences to you. If you tell yourself that you're great or constantly and not feel guilty for that, because you are great, go back to what I said, your body is fighting for your life all the time. Every time you're abusing it with food or thoughts or whatever, you know, or drugs or smoking or whatever, it's still fighting for you. So when you actually start to honor yourself and honor your body exactly, you know, what it's here to do, it responds wonderfully. So when you tell it it's great, it knows it's great. It actually says, thank you, I know you are. When you tell it, I deserve good things, it goes, yeah, you're a magnificent being. I think I totally agree with you. When it tells you that when you eat nice foods and it doesn't regurgitate in your body and makes you feel great, terrible, it's your body saying, thank you for feeding me well. Thank you so much. So go back to simple terms. This is what this whole thing is about. And this is what the world and humanity is doing now. We're actually wiping away all this old system, you know, that slavery that we've done to ourselves. And now we're reprogramming into kind of acknowledging our greatness and saying, I am great, I'm fantastic, and I can do whatever I want, I can be whatever I want, and I know whatever I put into my body is going to, you know, that's good, is going to be good, you know. And it's that simple, you know. It isn't hard to raise your vibration and to shift your mind. You know, you just got to feed it well. And I think one of the things we spoke about, Gila, was about my last call I did with my friend in Australia, Mark, and how a plant responds to love. Now, I'm kind of known in my family as the plant goddess. I can bring things back to life. But to be honest, let's cut out the BS. Everyone can bring stuff back to life if you focus on I can do it attitude. If you can focus on your own natural healing powers, yeah, and tune into that, I know I can heal this. You know, we all have healing ability, and there's not one single person, not one single thing in everything is energy. You know, I talk to my room, I talk to my bed. I love my bed, I love my sleep, and I know I always say I'm going to have a great night's sleep, and I do, you know, and I do things that help me, I relax my mind. But I can bring things back to life because I know I can, and I know that I've brought dead plants back to life because I know I can. But we all have this ability, and it's really quite simple when you acknowledge your own healing powers and you really love it. You know, I can bring dead grass back to life. I know how to do it. I'm an expert at it, and I've made sure I've mastered bringing back gorgeous grass because I've educated myself to do it. But I know the love that I put into that soil, the seeds that I'm putting in there, I know that I'm going to focus on good grass every single day until it arrives.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I what I love about that also is that you realize that you have this, you know, this innate wisdom. And I think that that's what I've learned in my own life by tapping into my heart space. What my hands are extension of my heart. What I can do. What is my superpower? You know, what is my God-given talent? Even if you want to take it there, that yes, I can share with the world, because that's passionately, this is what I believe, that we are on this planet to do something amazing. And the more we tap into our heart and realize what it is that we're here to do, like what is our purpose, nothing else deters us. Like the athlete that Georgina was talking about, like anyone who wants to do something and know that they can do it, no matter how many people say no that they can't. We know in our hearts what we want to do and what we're capable of. And yeah, even if we have these, you know, mental doubts, like, oh my God, can I really do this? We, in our hearts, that's when we go back into self-love. We're like, this is what turns me on. This is why I wake up in the morning. And it's so powerful because, you know, Georgina making the grass grow, or you know, there was my basil plant. It was the branch was slightly like, it looked like it was gonna, you know, break off. But I put something there, you know, to hold it up, and it slowly came back, you know, and I'm like, okay, it's still alive. You know?
But that plant responded to your energy, and that's it. You know, when you acknowledge your own healing, you know, we can't see our healing and we can't see our energy, but when you know and you acknowledge it's there, I know you put your energy and your focus and your intention there, things change, you know. And if you're pushing out hate, that will just create more hate. And in actual fact, if you keep telling that plant, I'm not good at healing that particular plant, I can't keep that. You know, there's certain plants that I have in my house, and I know after a few weeks they start to go droopy. And then I realized that I actually have programmed myself and told that plant, you've got 2 weeks to live. Because I'm no good at giving you love. I mean, seriously, when you actually realize what you give to things, if you was to look at that plant and say, you know, I'm going to learn how to love you, you know, because all plants are different. They need different feeds and different watering times, and not a lot of water, some water. But when you actually want to master something, you'll learn how to do that, and you will master it, you know. So what, like you were saying about when I mentioned about the athlete who wants to win that gold medal, no one becomes a gold medalist not knowing their worth. That gold medalist, he goes out there to win it. He's in it to win it. But the inner training and the inner work that he's done on himself is phenomenal. He's acknowledged his greatness, you know. So this is what we're all now being called to do. And so much so, because the old world is really playing out in maximum game, and it's catching us out, you know, and it's who kind of falls for it, gets distracted with it. And then we got caught up in a system. Oh, is he going to be doing this, or is it going to be doing this? And we're distracting. We're completely in this game, this whole game of distraction away from who we are, you know. Like with what's happening in America right now with Trump, you know, the whole thing is all part of the whole system that we're awakening from. And there's so many people waiting for things to happen and get caught up in that, forgetting that if we was just to sit still and watch things roll out, they'll roll out naturally anyway. They really would, you know, because that system's already set up over there intentionally. We remove our energy and just be love, just send love without supporting one or another. We come into that lovely, perfect harmony. And, you know, we just trust and have faith that things will roll out exactly how they should be. I've seen enough within my own path to know. I've seen advance, I've gone into the future. I've seen the future by breathtaking ways to know that everything, there's no mistakes for any of it. Everything is rolling out exactly how it is. There's no mistakes for any of this. You and I meeting, any person that you've got in your life, you know, everything that we're witnessing right now, we're meant to, and everything we are being called to do is to, we've got a choice. We can go into the old world and create more of it, or we can go into the new world and birth it's not even birth, the new earth is here. It's just waiting for people to walk over and to experience and build on that. It's already here. The golden age, the new earth is already here. And the more you work in this area without that distraction, you start to become, you start to witness your own reality and what you can create from a seed into a massive empire, you know. Your own business, your own stuff that you can thrive in. And you can start with nothing and end up with something massive. And you can bring a load of people in that reality too. I've seen so many people walk over this year from leaving a 9-to-5 job, not happy, and to walk into, to completely just say, this is not for me, to start their own business and to have a following page of nothing to something, and now earning a living for themselves and really, really, really doing well. So, you know, it's a choice, and it's how much you believe that you can do it. You know, I am worthy of that. And that comes back to that heart chakra that is so very active now. Everyone's heart's being affected on some level right now. Yeah, majorly. And today is all about heart activation. This is going back to love. It's going to peace. It's going to harmony. It's coming to, you know, looking at all areas of, you know, how can we be better? How can we do things better? And how can we improve ourselves to birth our own self, to come into this new world that we want to bring ourselves through, but also bring other people through, because it's it must be incredibly painful for the people that are just waking up right now, because they must think, oh my goodness, you know. And if you're kind of spouting out like a lot of spiritual communities are right now, this game rubbish and hatred, I don't want to come into this new world thinking it's going to be like that. So we need to be the change, and we need to show people and guide people that it's not about that. We need to embody it completely through our heart of love. To me, that love is everything. It really is. I'm quite emotional about it, actually.
Yeah, of course. Actually brings us into our next question. How to tap into our heart space for inner guidance. I'll just say a few words. I feel that personally, and Georgina mentioned this as well, is stillness. You know, quieting the mind so that you can actually listen to what your heart, what your body, what even the universe is saying to you. You know, there's so much noise, you know, like in the news or whatever you might be, or even what you might be reading. What are you feeding yourselves? You know, going back to what we were talking about. What are the words that you say? And you know, and doing the things that actually feed your soul. I think you know what those are. We all know what they are. And when we do more of it, we get inspired action, and to use that inspiration to actually act and see where that leads. That's what makes it very exciting, because then we don't really know. I mean, we know in our hearts, we don't really know, but we feel good about it. That's what I would say. Okay, that would be my answer. The way you tap into your heart space is by listening and feeling good.
And also the body knows, so it's energy, and the body knows what feels good and what doesn't feel good. So start to get used to how the body responds to energy. So when you are with somebody, like I've said to you, when you walk into a room and you can pick up a bad vibration of something as well, know that feeling, understand it, and listen to that. When you're doing something really good, you get butterflies in your tummy. You get this, actually, you can't actually wait to get up and do that job or do that thing or meditate or whatever, eat that wonderful food. You know, you can't wait. Once you've found what you love and the body loves and what you're really passionate about, you know, you'll feel it in your body and it brings you joy. You know, I love coaching. I love it. I mean, when we talked about this as well, when I come off a coaching call, I'm buzzing. That's a sign. A, I've also worked with my energy and I'm coming completely from love. And B, it's not draining me, it's making me feel good. How many people do you actually hear that they say that their job's draining them? What is that telling them? Right. They're not in their heart, they're just doing it because it pays money. The simple thing. When you're doing stuff that you love, you feel good, you feel energized, and the heart feels great, doesn't it? It feels lovely.
Yeah, it does.
So start to listen to what your body likes and enjoys, you know, whether that's listening to music, and it could be hardcore music, or it could be really soft, gentle meditation music, whatever makes you feel good. Do more of that, focus more on that. And then you'll start to open up your energy and start to understand, because a lot of people sometimes don't even know what they like. So used to not doing stuff they like, you know, so if you don't know what you like, start to explore.
Perfect. Yes. Thank you. We have another question here. How do we walk over to the new earth? Is it physically walking over, or is it just a reality we create walking over? I'll answer from my perspective, and Georgina can say how she feels. So I personally, it's kind of coming off of the previous question. It's like the more that we can, I don't see it as actually a physical thing, but it could be. I see it more as a consciousness about opening up your, it's actually, for me, it's moving into my heart space and allowing my mind to follow my heart. And that movement, sometimes, if you think about it, just bear with me a moment, but sometimes we have doubt and we have mental patterns that are keeping us back and making us not feel good. And those are symptoms for me of like kind of going backwards. Like, why am I still in that pattern? And when I step into my heart space and really into love and feeling good, like I'm a coach as well. So whenever I work with my clients and I don't feel good before I get on the call, I'm suddenly totally energized. So I know I need to do more of that. That's taking me into this new consciousness. And anything that's holding me back is just a pattern in my mind that I need to get more into love, into my heart space. So I'm not sure if that answers your question, but I don't think it's actually a walking over, but it's also, I would want to just say one thing, that the more that I surround myself with people that are like-minded, the easier it is for me to walk over, which is why we did this call. Because for those of you that are feeling it, but are still kind of not yet decided where to go, the more you spend time with us and other people like us and other people who are on this call who are like you, the more you're going to feel comfortable to really get confident about your own beliefs and your own desires.
Okay, I 100% agree with that. But also, instead of thinking it's like walking over to, like when you die, you go somewhere, it's like John Lennon's quote, it's like walking out of one car and into another. Just because you can't see that process, it doesn't mean it doesn't happen that way. What about actually saying it's here right now? We're in it right now. Just accepting it and allowing it in. All what you just said there, Gila, is perfect. But just say it's here now. I embody the new earth because it's here right now for us all. It's birthed. It's the reality there. The old world we're seeing playing out because it's very noisy right now. But the new one is when you become still and start to play out in that kind of I am presence, and I am in control of my own reality. And just saying that in itself, you're here now. Every single person is going through this portal. Each time a portal opens, every single person moves through. It just becomes a little bit more uncomfortable for those who are resisting. Until you actually say, I surrender. And that's what happens with a lot of people. They either lose their jobs, and that's the way their higher self says, I'm going to cut it because you've been pre-warned time and time again. But once you actually then, or some people just call it out before they actually get to that point when the universe pulls the carpet because they just know that they're not meant to be there. But people are really tired in that old existence, and the ones that are really quite struggling in that space. And if you are struggling in that space, just stop. Just listen to your heart and know that everything now in this new earth is here right now. It's just a choice. It's a choice of what reality.
Yes, I love that. Thank you, Georgina, for saying that. It is a choice. Every minute we have a choice of what we decide. And I think a lot of people sometimes say we have no choice, but that's really not true. We always have a choice. And I just wanted to quote somebody who said it here. I don't know exactly what your name is. It starts with a C. It's a journey to another consciousness. It's about raising your vibration. And yes, I totally agree with you. And thank you for sharing that. We just have another. Surrendering when you thought you surrendered. Surrender more. Yes, Chi-Chi, I think. Thank you, Chi-Chi, for sharing.
I'm seeing some stuff come up. Breathe. Be present.
Right.
Yeah. And I think this is the thing that the old world and the old programming. It's that elite and the boxes, the higher, the middle class and the lower class. And a lot of people are still living in that kind of category. We need to be a certain thing to be in that level. We need to do a certain thing to become middle class, and we need to become a certain thing to be a higher class. You don't need any of that. We are it already. And just acknowledging that and embodying that, and the practice that you put in, it shifts your whole reality completely. Simple, keep simple. Just know that you are a wonderful being. Keep it simple. Cut all the other stuff out. You know, how you were created in your mummy's tummy. Think about that, how you were birthed. Wow. You know, you should be kissing your whole entire body every single day, right?
We should, right? We have one more question. I think we should go on to the meditation you were going to give, and I'll say the poem.
Yes.
So this question is, and I'm not sure if, and maybe they could come on, maybe, because I'm not sure if I'm getting it right. Isn't it important to learn and know that the heart is a mediator, as meditation brings two into one? What I understand from this question, and you may want to get on, Chris, do you want to unmute yourself maybe? And just to be clear, I wouldn't want to say anything that you weren't asking. Chris, if you're still here, Chris Lettner.
I'm here.
Do you want to just rephrase the question?
Well, I've just learned that in meditation that it offers that stillness that you were talking about, because sometimes quieting the mind, when we're silenced and quieting the mind, when we're at odds with something, that heart opens, that chakra opens, and the mediation that the heart offers, there's a clarity there that our mind gets so busy that we don't offer like she was talking about the body being such a beautiful thing, but we're the driver of that vehicle that she was talking about. And I think you have to love the driver enough to still the mind, to offer the heart an opportunity to just bring in that clarity that it's there. It's that divine gift that we're all given. And we've stuffed it under so many things that it's important, I think, to remember that we have that choice to be the driver and still the mind and still the heart and listen to the heart, because it is that great mediator, that extension of the divine, I guess, is where I was going.
Perfect.
Yes.
Absolutely perfect. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. You know, you've described exactly how I feel and embody it as well. When you become still, it shows you everything that you need to do. You know, majority of people are in their head and then over processing stuff, and then act out in their head rather in the heart. And the heart does show, but the body shows you as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, for sharing that with us. I
And thank you for letting me.
Oh, of
That's
course.
really lovely to hear your voice. It's nice,
Yes,
isn't it?
I love
hearing.
it.
That's
Thank you
nice.
to everyone who's been so kind to put in the chat.
Yeah. You got any more questions?
Okay, do you want to take a few more?
Yeah.
If anybody
wants to come out and
on,
talk?
you can unmute
Yeah.
yourself and just ask the question. Just a few more. So now everyone's shy.
How many have we got online? It's nice to know. And the count would be nice.
Now we have 40. A few dropped off.
Oh, that's nice. Still a nice number.
Yeah.
Still a lovely number.
4.
Yeah, it's nice. Okay, so would people like to go into a meditation and do some breathing, and should we do
let's
this?
do that.
Yeah, okay. Gila, if I actually go on my YouTube and play the music, it won't interrupt with this, will it?
Let me see if I can. Are you going to do it from your computer?
Yes.
Okay. I think I've given you access to share. Do you see that, Georgina? I'm not sure it's going to play. You can try. Why don't you just try playing, and I'll tell you if I can hear it or not.
Okay. It's funny. I'm not allowed to play anything on YouTube at the moment. Excuse
So
me.
the major arcana are the 22 keys of the tarot.
So I heard that fine. I guess you
Oh, wow. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Though you look
Okay,
frozen.
but you can hear me.
I can hear you.
And can you hear the music?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's if you can hear my voice, Gila, can you? Is the music over going my voice?
Maybe you can make it slightly bit lower.
Okay. And now can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you all the time.
All right. Fantastic. I can't see you no longer for some reason. It's just taking me off, but I'm completely trusting. I think it's perfect the way it is right now. So everybody that's on the call right now, I really thank you for being present here. It's such a wonderful time to be on this earth, and we have a choice of where we place our energy. For me, and I asked you to all move into your heart, to know that our love heals every situation, everything that we don't like on the outside, we can heal from going within. So if everyone would like to close their eyes and just feel the music for now and be present. And when you're ready, just take a nice deep breath in and release. And take a deep breath in and release. And take a deep breath in. And just hold that breath and release. One more, take a deep breath in. And release. I am safe. I am secure. All is well. I'd like you to imagine a lovely golden light at the top of your head, like the sun. Imagine the sun and how warm the sun makes you feel, how happy it makes you feel. Allow that lovely golden energy to surround your top of your head. Just imagine that lovely glowing orange light. And now just allow the energy of this golden warm light to move around your mind, in the front of your mind, in the back of your mind, into the left part of your mind and into the right, surrounding your mind with this golden light. Fill your mind with golden light. Then open up the energy of the golden light and move that to the back of your neck. Feel that warmth. Feel the glow and the heat and the warmth of the golden light in the back of your neck. And move the energy down into the back. Now, moving the golden light energy into your throat, all around the throat until it's lovely and relaxed. Now I'd like you to take a lovely, nice, deep breath in and then release. With this lovely golden warm light, I'd like you to move it down into the left shoulder, and then move it into the right shoulder. And moving the golden energy down into the elbows and into your wrists, fingers, and into the tips of the fingers. Taking a nice deep breath in and then release. Okay, so bringing all that lovely energy back up into your throat, from the arms into your throat. I'd like you to visualize the throat and move all this lovely warm golden energy down into the heart, surrounding your heart with golden light. I am love. I am loved. I accept love. And moving the golden warm energy around the front of your heart, into the back of the heart, and both sides, left and right. I am at peace. Now bringing the energy of the golden light down into your tummy and moving it around your tummy, into the front of the tummy, into the back of the tummy, into the side, left side and the right side, and surrounding this warm golden light. I accept myself fully. Okay, allowing more light to move through your body and moving the energy from your stomach into your hips, into the left hip, into the right hip, and then into the left knee, into the right knee. Moving it down deeper into from your knees down into the left and right ankle. And then pouring the energy down into the base of your feet, into the top of the feet, and moving the energy from the top of the feet into all your toes. Now I'd like you to visualize your beautiful feet and the glowing warm feeling that you've got in your feet, and lighting up your whole entire body. Aren't you magnificent? Wow. And I'd like you to visualize the base of your feet and seeing your feet fill up with roots. So visualize the roots and the base of your feet, but filling all that golden light that you've poured through your entire body, and fill those roots up until they grow deeper and deeper and deeper into the ground, and moving the roots deeper into the ground until you reach the core of the earth. Keep pushing down, down, that warm golden light into the core of the earth. I am connected always to myself, to Mother Earth, to everything that's part of me, part of the earth. I'm connected. I am energized. I'm grounded. I'm safe. And in this space, I'd just like you to take a lovely deep breath and release. Stay connected. Feel the energy move all around your body from the core of the earth, bringing the energy from the core of the earth up into the body, visualizing it move and energize all of your body. I am energy. I am powerful. I make a difference. I'm healing myself. I'm healing the world. I love who I am. I'm connected always. Okay, when you're ready, I'd like you to move the energy from the core of the earth and gently see your roots decline and remove from the core of the earth. You're bringing your energy back up into the roots until they actually reach the soles of your feet. And then gently bring your energy back into your ankles, back into your knees, into your hips, into your stomach, into your heart, into your throat, into your shoulders, into your back, into your third eye, and back up into your crown. Okay, just be present with the music and the energy flow, and know that you're safe and secure. And take lovely deep breaths in and out and release. I'm always connected to Mother Earth. I always see with clarity. I always speak my truth. I am love. I feel energized. I feel creative. I am grounded and I am safe. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. And come back into yourself. Thank you, everybody. Is anyone there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was muted. Thank you, Georgina, for that. It was really, really beautiful. Everyone's saying thank you in the chat. Thank you so much.
How does everyone feel? Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling great. Yeah, if anyone wants to share in the chat or would like to share how you're feeling, people are saying good. You could unmute yourself if you want to say something. At ease and at peace. Awesome. Thank you. I'm love. Thank you. Feeling lovely.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I feel good. I feel wonderful. I feel really peaceful. I'm going to have a good night's sleep tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, really thank you, Neelam. I'm just going to share a poem before we close. Someone said, thank you so much. This was wonderful. I'm definitely felt interconnected. The yin and the yang met in my solar plexus and then in my heart. It was amazing, true connection. Fantastic. Just to close, I'm going to share a poem that I wrote a few months ago. It's called Fractals. Setting my crystals to be cleansed in the illuminated light of the radiant full moon. Observing parts of me strewn and split in complex geometric shapes all over the earth. Laying down naked in the soft pine needles, soaking the luminescent glow. Absorbing its energy, releasing the fractures, the shards that left me broken, helpless, into Gaia. Grandmother Moon ushers me into the light that my heart longs for, rubbing my eyes to awaken out of my reverie. Groggy, my eyelids heavy, slowly lift up. Groping, steadying myself with my strong hands as I grab hold of the rocks. Stepping forward, feeling her warmth, caressing my skin. Goosebumps traveling down from my head like blood, racing through my veins. Gusts of wind in the night air, coursing, nudging me forward. Branches swaying, showing me the path. Listening, watching, sensing. I flow and allow. Recalling and remembering the way of my soul, collecting the shards, the pieces shattered long ago with each step. Reminding me I am whole, sovereign now. Sealing the bond are my footprints laden with stardust, highlighting my shadow in the soft forest path.
Wow. Every single one of those words was, I can embody. I was actually imagining. It's us, isn't it? It's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was magic. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Aww, thank you. Thank you so much.
It's nice.
Thank you. Would it be possible to get the recording so I can do the meditation? Yes, this recording will be available. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it at the moment, but I am recording this so people can listen to it, and we'll figure out a place to put it. Thank you, everyone, for sharing.
Yeah.
Just a few words about the poem. I just felt like when I wrote that, it's like we're all kind of, pieces of us. But as we just paste it back together, we are whole. We were never broken. It's just our perception. And I think that that's what we talked about today.
Totally. And when you feel overwhelmed or you start to try to work it out, just go back to the simple magnificence of who you are. That's how I am. That's how I feel. That's how I embody everything that I've done to this day. I've been on my awakening path for 25, 26 years, probably a bit longer than that. And to be where I am today and to be witnessing what we are today, and for everything that I've created is done from my heart. And when you move into that, everything's possible. So keep it simple, keep it really simple, and know that you have the ability to change the reality here and now just by being present in your heart and loving And this is what today really is about, coming into the perfect harmony of the yin and the yang and the balance, and bringing that into your heart space, because don't underestimate your heart. It has the power to change your home, yourself, your home, your neighbors, your community, and your county. One person has the ability to change all of that. We really do. We underestimate how powerful we are. When you come into the space of knowing who you are, we can win many, many gold medals and we can change the world. So remember, one person does that. You know, can you imagine if everyone was to come into that space of what we can create? So when you see the noise on the outside, tame it with your love, knowing that it makes a difference. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean to say it's not happening.
Yes, thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, all the love, all the hearts. Here's my crystal.
It's lovely. Yeah, well, Gila, I really thank you, because obviously you was the one that brought this to me to create here, and you know, I really thank you for listening to your heart and bringing it, because it's helped me today. It's grounded me solely, and it's brought me back to, you know, using the page that I've got for 1111 for how it really was intended to. And I kind of got distracted in that, being a mum, but I intend to do lots more of these going forward, because it really does help to be vocal now. You know, people need to be heard and listened. And it's very funny. Before I go, I want to tell you something that happened to me this morning. I woke up and I felt something on the back of me, and I thought, what's that? And one of my diamante pink earrings here, my pink earrings, was embedded in the back of my back. And I thought, that's a bit strange. And so I thought, right, okay, I really like these, and it's pink. So pink is the colour of love. Matthew's mum is here at the moment, and she woke up and she took her earring off on the right side, the same as my right side, and she went to clean it and it went down the plug hole, and it's a diamond, a diamond earring.
Wow.
And she came into the bedroom this morning to say that her right earring has gone down, diamond earring has gone down the plug hole. So I thought, oh, something so very significant here. Earrings, right ear, pink and white. Today is all about the pink and the white, or the orange, or sorry, the yellow, and bringing those colors together. So it's purity and love. So, and also it's now on the 1111, we're actually now seeing and hearing. So the ears are connected to the third eye. So this is all about the seeing and the hearing and loving what we're seeing. So I needed to share that with you. And diamonds is purity. So be crystal clear. It's a wonderful message to share.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Finish on that note now, I think.
Thank you everyone for coming. We'll both be doing live streams. I'll be doing them as well on my page. So thank you everyone. Just love and light to all of you.
Yeah, thank you so much, and lots of love. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.